Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 516. A couple days ago, I put out an episode that said there was a shoulder test everyone should do before progressing or beginning a pull-up program. Now, when I did that, I said, we are doing this to rule out red flags. And I said a red flag was a discrepancy between doing a left or a right unilateral hang test, all right, for max effort. And a couple people came in and said, what exactly is a red flag? And I said, the larger the discrepancy, the closer we are to a red flag. The truth of the matter is, I don't have an exact number. I can't tell you, well, 25 seconds with one and 15 seconds with the other is guaranteed to give you a shoulder injury. And that's not the point or the purpose of that test. The idea is that it gives you an area to look at, all right? So if we go ahead and we have a large discrepancy versus a smaller discrepancy, a large discrepancy is closer to a red flag. We want to pay more attention in that area. If we have a very minute or very minimal amount of a discrepancy, well, it probably isn't as important. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't still work at becoming symmetrical, especially with unilateral hanging. It just means that it's not as close to a red flag as before. So let's talk about what we would do if we found a discrepancy. There's three parts to today, okay? The first part is what we call scapular pulls, okay? I'm gonna get all CrossFit-esque here because I want you guys to be able to see my back. Notice I did that without even taking off my hat. So what I want you guys to be able to do is see my back. I have a plate down here, and the reason why I have a plate is because I want to be able to sit, okay? And I don't want my hamstrings to give an involvement. If you're not very mobile, breaking your feet out in front of you like such, you want to be able to put a plate just so that you can keep your back in an upright position rather than dump it out down below like we would with the bad butt wing type squat. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to get ourselves into a good position where I'm directly underneath the bar and the bands are going to be pulling my shoulders upwards like this. Now the reason I took off my shirt is because I want you guys to pay attention to my scapula or my shoulder blades. That's these things right here, okay? Right on the inside right there. I want you to pay attention to those points. Because what we want to do is we want to see them get pulled up like this, and then I'm going to squeeze those shoulder blades down and together, okay? So it's going to look just like this. And we're going to do this on a 3-second count. So our shoulder blades get pulled up, our arms get pulled up, and we're going to pull against the cord. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And come on back down. Squeeze, go right back into it. 3, 2, 1. And come on back down. Squeeze, come down into it. 3, 2, 1. And come on back down. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, that's great. So, why am I doing scapular pulls, okay, to work on something where I couldn't hang? I had a hard time hanging. Well, we're going to get to that in the second and third step. What we want to be able to do is, this is a warm-up. This is a primer to move on to the next exercise. And that's going to be scapular pulls from a bar, okay? Notice what I did here is I got myself a band. That band will allow me to add any amount of body weight reduction that I need to have, okay? So, ideally what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this off so I can use full body weight. I'm still going to use the plate because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set, you're going to have to use a different amount of plates for whatever height the bar is. But what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to take a full grip on the bar like such with my feet firmly planted on the ground. Now, all I'm going to do from right here is I'm going to just drive and pull my shoulder blades together and my feet come off the ground about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to come back down. But it's a full grip. Setting up the bar is the key here. I don't necessarily need to be hanging down like this. It makes it a little bit more difficult. Okay? I want the shoulders to get the relief of coming back down onto the ground. Okay? So, shoulders are relaxed. Come up. Full grip. My feet are on the ground. All I'm doing is pulling myself off. No arm bend at all. I'm just pulling myself off the ground for 3, 2, 1. And then I go ahead, relax, pull off the ground for 3, 2, 1. So I added the gripping element to it, okay? And I added the shoulder stability. So we're working from proximal. First thing we're working on is the shoulder blade itself. To grip, arm, and also still working on the shoulder blade itself, to now we have to gain a little bit of arm strength itself. How are we going to do that? We're going to go back to the way that we could adjust the exercise or deload the body. And now we're going to go to one arm touches, okay? I've done this at a whole bunch of different levels. We're going to do it in pulling as well. So I step on the band to deload my body. I get up here in a position where I'm dead hanging, and all I'm going to try to do here is touch and relax and touch and relax and touch. All right? What I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to add, I'll come down as touching my chest. It's just timing the exercise. And what I'm trying to do there is add an element of the dead hang to it, and the unilateral element at that. So guys, we have 3 exercises to build against discrepancies that we found in a couple episodes back, where we tested the one shoulder exercise that you must do, or the one shoulder test that you must do before doing progressing on with pull-ups, or before getting into a big pull-up program. I hope tonight helps you out. Try out all 3 parts. You'll probably only get one on Instagram or anything like that, so I hope that you watch the whole video. And until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.